And what was confusing to them was that we could see everything. So right,
Yeah.
so who are we? And so it's important every once in a while to show, or in that case, to show the player perspective, so that the people know that hey, as a player, you don't see everything that we, the observers, can see.
Ooh, a nice job here by Daz, forcing a cancel on this third base. That is going to hamper HaNfy's economy quite considerably. As this is basically something you want to avoid at all costs happening to you as a Zerg player.
And against a few Reapers and a Hellion, it sucks to lose your third base.
Yeah, it does, especially if it was... I did not take a very good look, but I think it was over 50% done. So it will set back HaNfy quite a lot here. He's getting the lair right now, and the evolution chambers, he does have those, so he should start those upgrades. Unless he's rushing for mutas. There's the Baning Nest, which is something that you definitely need to defend against marine pokes and fast pushes. But this is not going to be that case just yet. The stim pack is finished, yes, but will... well, actually, it is going to be that case. Excuse me, I thought there was a tech lab on that starport. My eyes are playing tricks on me. So he is going to go forward with a couple of Marines, Medevacs and Hellions. He can start doing double-pronged attacks at the third and in the main base and natural as well with those Medevacs.
Bill, who do you expect to win, judging by the games that we've seen from these players before? Tough, right?
I don't know, man. I mean, you know, you can have a player that's really good in one matchup, but abysmal in the other one.
Abysmal. I like that word.
Yeah. So, oh, those bandings finish up just in time, and Daz really needs to go back here.
Oh, kind of nice. Oh, the splitting at top.
It was actually very good from Daz, because most of the bandings all of them actually are gone, and this third base, this third base is gone as well. So this is a stroke of bad luck from HaNfy. I'm just wondering about what his go-to build was here, because I don't see any Spire being built when the lair finished. The upgrades were delayed. The Bailing Nest was, I guess, on time, but...
And there's an elevator thing going on in the main base, so Daz has lifted many of his units to the main, pressuring HaNfy even more. Ooh, nice surround though. Daz forced to pick up.
Yeah, he picks up, he goes away, but mission accomplished. I killed your third base. Yeah, finally. And at this point, you know, I think...
Look at that. HaNfy's forced to build a macro hatch inside his base.
Yeah, he needs to shake those minerals off of him somehow. Rebuilds a third base. Here's the thing: why losing a third base as a Zerg player is so damn damaging to you as a Zerg. Because especially when you go for this composition, when you go for Link Blink Mutalisks, it's because of the gases. You cannot build a composition including mutas only off of 4 gases. You just need 6 at least. So when you lose your third base, this basically puts a giant clamper on your mute account.
Yep, and also you miss an extra base with a queen injecting larva. I mean, it's
well, you can build a macro hatch for that, but
that's true.
It's the crucial thing is you want to have additional 200 gas per minute of mining, and we can see that manifesting itself right now as the Spire finishes and HaNfy is only at 400 gas, whereas originally or normally, if this base was mining before and did not get taken out, he would have had like 1,100. Or at least 800 gas, depending on how many engagements and bandings he had to build before.
And in fact, we see we see some Mutalisks being built, but it's only 3.
Yeah, this is not going to be a threat against threat to Daz at all. The missile turrets are just now finishing in all the mineral lines, so he's covering all his bases. He even has a bunker here at the third base, preventing lingering buys. And look at the partial wall here. I wouldn't be surprised if he extends the wall all the way up to here at the third base, to that choke. Yeah. And then there will pretty much be almost nothing the ground army will be able to do. I mean, yeah, a couple of bandings can blow up the supply depots, and then the links can stream in. But, you know, that's slowing you down, and you're expending gas that you will never get back.
Speaking of banelings, did you see the baneling mines that are being set up that work as a scout, but also as, of course, a potential?
Yeah, but Das scans those as he's advancing over the creep, so... You know, putting banelings on the creep is not the best of ideas, as usually Terrans do scan when they move on creep.
Right, but there's also a baneling landmine at the top left, top right, sorry, the top left, top right. Oh my God.
I see it, don't worry. Is he going to try to bait the infantry there? No, he just chases it with the lings and banelings.
Ooh,
Gets one full medevac. That was a good pickup.
Man, baneling landmines, they get my panties in a knot.
I'm sure they do. I have it the same way, man. That's why I like Tomikus as a player so much, because he makes Bane bombs and Baneling mines versus Terrans and versus Protoss.
Oh, the medevacs are getting caught by the Mutalisks.
Nice pickup there once again. HaNfy starting to show his micro, and again he's target prioritizing right now. And if we take a look at the supplies, though, Daz is macroing like a friggin' god. He's at 170 supply, and if he wasn't supply blocked at this point, he would be he would already he would be maxed in one more cycle.
Wow, you're right, man. I hadn't noticed that. Daz is really picking up this this macro thing. Here we go. This is a tough position for the Zerg, I guess, to attack from, especially with the Terran up the ramp now.
Yeah, there are. And you know, this is a difference between Daz and one of the Dutch Terran players.
Euthermal?
Euthermal, yeah. Euthermal adds on, which is very interesting to me. Instead of mines, he adds on Halbats into this composition when he battles Link Blink Muta. Daz goes with the more standard Widow mines. And once the Widow mines start burrowing here, engaging with banelings will be a lot more difficult. We don't see an Overseer with the Mutalisks so far, which, you know, that will have to be added on later on if HaNfy wants to start sniping those mines off.
Alright, so as 2-2 upgrades are nearing completion for Daz, he's posturing to take another to make another attack.
Well, he's trying to bait those lings and banelings into the mines. All of those have been triggered, apart from one. There's not that many of those mines here to begin with, to be quite honest. So every mine counts. Oh, good baneling hit there for HaNfy.
Yeah, it was on some Marauders though. I don't think.
Yeah.
That's there's more cost-efficient ways of dealing with Marauders.
Yeah, but look at the number of banelings that are now rolling in.
Jeez.
Oh, the mine! Oh, the mine! Oh my God! The mine's just now recharged. This could have been so much more one-sided had HaNfy moved in slightly sooner.
Very big baneling connections there. I mean, reverse baneling connections.
But at the same time, we had a little bit of a run-by at the natural base of Daz. A couple of workers killed there, not too much though. Only 10 SCVs have gone down. And we have an infestation pit going up here for.
Daz lost about 70 supply in that attack.
70. That was due to the baneling explosions mostly. But at the same time, you know, HaNfy lost a lot of gas, and he won't be able to remake those banelings easily. He does have 14 of them, and he's making even more with every ounce of gas that he has. And now he can try and go harass with these mutas. Wow, 2 shots to the bunker actually. Not that many Marines here. And now he can go into the main base now that the army is coming back. The Widow mines do burrow, but get taken out before they can fire. And yeah, right now this is the phase in the game where HaNfy will try to utilize.
Whoa!
Yeah, he'll probably take it down. Yeah. This is the phase in the game when, as a Zerg player, you basically micro your mutas, and you leave the rest of your army back home for defense. And you try to cause as much damage as possible while taking additional expansions and getting your upgrades up to speed with the Terran player. And you just continue doing this until you can transition into Ultras, and we can see the Hive just now being queued up for HaNfy.
Nice. HaNfy's definitely not sticking to lair as long as he did last game.
No, he's definitely moving up. But this is another matchup as well. You can stay on lair phase for quite a long time. Actually, in both matchups, but it's difficult to do in both of those. Slightly easier to do it versus Protoss if you go if you do a Muta switch, like we saw HaNfy do, versus
Okay.
a predominantly gateway army. But, well,
There was going to be an attack on the, well, 5th base at the top, but I think HaNfy scouted it with one of his overlords.
Yep.
And has dealt with it adequately, I'd say. That was
Yeah.
a slaughter.
that was a complete and utter destruction. And now he's moving towards this 4th base, joining his forces actually. And yeah, I think he can blow this up with banelings.
Damn.
Wow. Not even conserving the banelings because he has so many of them. And this is what I really like about this composition is the mobility. You can just go in and retreat before the army is able to react, but at the same time this will force Daz into a counter-offensive. So HaNfy better be prepared to receive the blows here.
That was like a Hollywood movie scene, right? With the and the bam, all the entire base blowing up.
Yeah, of course. It
Maybe
was.
Michael Bay's on the development team of StarCraft.
Nice splits here by Daz, preemptive ones, and we're seeing a flank being set up.
Oh, look
Oh,
at
HaNfy goes from all sides here. Not that many mines here. They're too close to the infantry. Complete obliteration of the weak marines, and the Lings and Mutalisks clean up the rest. As Daz takes game 1.
Oh, man, that was spectacular, I'd say. I mean, the movement you could see on the minimap of these units wrapping around Daz's army.
Especially when they're yellow.
Especially when they're yellow, right, you're right. I think that, wow, that shows that as a Terran, you gotta be damn sure if you move out on the creep.
Yeah. You were asking who do I think will win?
Is it HaNfy? Well, again, Daz showed some amazing macro. Like you said, he could have been maxed minutes earlier and
Yeah,
then
he
have attacked and killed the 4th base of HaNfy. This game could have gone differently.
It's here's the thing, like Mutaling Blink basically works on the base of it's very similar to the style of Medevac Marine Mine in the respect that it works on the principle of constant replenishments. And the thing is that to prevent this, Zerg ability to constantly remax over and over and over and over, you either have to miraculously kill all of his mutas, because then he has to replace those, and as a result he can't harass you and his ground army will be really weak until later stages of the game, or you'll have to keep his expansion count down. And the only way to do that is actually dropping. Like, you drop with 2, maybe even 4 medevacs at a time at a single location while trying to keep tabs on where his army is and pull him out of position. This is how you do it. If you do it long enough, then your army on the ground hits 3/3 upgrades as the Terran, and there's nothing the Zerg can do about it. I mean, he can have all the banelings in the world, but he won't be able to combat that unless you just miss-micro, clump up your units, and let them explode all at once. If you continue splitting, 3/3 upgrades for the Terran infantry are just killing Zergs left and right. And frankly, we didn't see that much of dropping from Daz in that game. I mean, maybe he just kind of slept on his laurels a little bit. He took down the 3rd basically twice. Once he forced a cancel, and the second one he killed it outright, and then he stopped. So maybe that was the turning point in that game, because if you think about it, he pretty much allowed HaNfy to get 4 bases unopposed and to get his mutable going and to get his Banning and Ling mass going unopposed.
Man, if that was game 1, I'm hoping to see some more of this awesome stuff in game 2.
Because we're on Frost.
We're on Frost and we're in the game, and in the bottom right corner of the map, playing as the yellow Zerg, it is HaNfy, who has just shown us an amazing game 1, being now up 1-0 against his opponent in the top right.
It is the Dazzling Daz!
The Dazzling Daz!
The Dazzling Daz!
Nice.
This is gonna be a thing. Please, someone who's watching this, go on Twitter, hashtag DazzlingDaz, and get his Twitter on there as well so he sees it. That you will make me so happy. Honestly, honest to God, you will.
I will retweet. If anyone tweets this, I'll retweet it. if of course you're not there's no blasphemy inside that tweet as well. Cool.
Alright, since this is Frost, we are going to see a command center first, and we have a very interesting opening from HaNfy. Looks like he wants to cheese his opponent. He goes for a gas first into a spawning pool. Now let me tell you, as a Zerg player from my limited experience, and correct me if I'm wrong, but unless you want to play one base, you don't get a gas first.
I don't think I've seen that too much, no. In the higher leagues, that is. And basically, most of the games that I see are from people who can play StarCraft a lot better than I can.
Yeah.
And I don't often see them
I mean,
go on
he
gas.
can still pull out the drones when the pool finishes, and thus he will be able to get an absurdly quick link speed. In fact, he might just do that and expand behind this. But let's see. No, he's not pulling out the drones, so I think what we're gonna see is a baning nest probably behind this, and he'll just cut all drone production and just pump lings.
Right. And again, he's made it so that his Overlord scouts Daz, but Daz cannot see the Overlord. It is in a position where it can get scouted easily, though, by Daz, so...
Yeah.
Right.
Now the barracks timing is very important here. The barracks will be done, but the Marine will probably not be out by the time those links get there. The expansion will be done as well. And there's the baning nest. I don't actually think that HaNfy wants to show these links to his opponent. He wants to show them as late as possible. Ideally, when he's got those banelings, he will be able to afford like 4 banelings or something like that.
The lings are gonna get... No, they just barely didn't get scouted. So Daz's SCV checked the watchtower, but there were no lings inside of the watchtower when the SCV checked
He only
it.
shows him the 4, which is...
Only 4?
Yeah, which is quite normal.
Yeah.
He
And
really...
he doesn't know that there's no...
Oh, if he scouts the no expansion.
Ooh, can the
Oh, and this should tip him off. This should tip him off like crazy. Queen being out here all alone, this far away.
Why is that? Couldn't that just be the queen that was with the natural?
It could, but it generally would not bother to go this far away.
Okay,
This
but I
far
don't
forward.
see a massive response from Daz so far. I mean, he has a bunker, but there's no units inside.
No, he's
And
not.
the first 7 banelings are on the way.
He's not reading this. Oh, and this
boy.
is even worse. This is just some metagaming here from. Oh, nice block there on the Marines. They don't get inside the bunker, which means the banelings can blow up all the SCVs. GG, well played on Daz. Oh my God, HaNfy goes through. Oh my goodness.